I'm Jill Winger, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own onion braid with onions you grew yourself. For more old-fashioned kitchen tutorials and recipes, be sure to subscribe to my Heritage Kitchen Handbook. It's full of all sorts of tips and tutorials that'll help you turn your modern kitchen into a vintage one. Onions are a crop I grow every year without fail. So when I select my onion varieties, I always pick a variety that's designed to be stored. And these are just onions that do better in long-term cool storage, which is really important for me because I want to make sure my onion crop lasts as far into the winter as it possibly can. So I wait until late summer or into the fall to harvest my onions. Sometimes I even leave them outside after the first frost. And the trick is you want to harvest them when the tops are dry and withered. And you can use onions right away. You can even pull out of the ground, bring it in the house, and use it for supper that night. But if you want your onions to last longer into the winter, then you'll want to cure them first. Now, all curing is pulling the onions out of the ground. I like to let them sit on top of the soil for a day or two in the sun, and then I transfer them into our shop. And I just let them sit out on a board for a week or two before I bring them into the house. And what this does is allows them to start drying out a little bit. It helps the skins to toughen up, and they'll store much, much better for you. So once the onions have cured, then you can braid them. So the reason you might want an onion braid is it makes a handy way to store them. You can hang them down in your root cellar or in your basement or any other cool, dry place you may have. And it looks really cool. So sometimes I'll take a braid at a time and bring it up to my kitchen and hang it up here just because I love the look. It looks old-fashioned. It looks like a working homestead kitchen. So not all onions will work for braiding, and you want to go through your harvest and pick the ones that are going to have the right sorts of tops for this. So what I'm looking for is one that is tough but not too stiff. So this onion is perfect. The top is long enough. You can see it's not too brittle, it's bendable, but it's not very, very stiff and very, very straight. Now, this is one that is not a great candidate for braiding. It's not bendable at all in this. It's not bendable at all in the neck here. So if I try to go braid this into my string of onions, I could probably get it done, but it's not going to be very easy. And it's really kind of green. So I've noticed that these ones that don't dry out as nicely, they tend to go bad more quickly. So this is one that I will probably use up right away, and this is an onion I'll add to my braid, and hopefully it'll last through the majority of the winter. Then you're going to pick the 3 largest onions for the base of the braid. Go ahead and lay these out like you see in the video, and then tie them securely with a length of twine or string. I use probably 2 feet or 3 feet of string for this project. And once you have them tied together, go ahead and separate the stems out so you can clearly see a first, second, and third stem, just like you're going to braid hair or just make a simple braid. Now take another large onion and place it right in the middle of this trio. And lay the stalk out smooth with the middle stalk, and then braid it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now select 2 smaller onions and place them on either side of the braid and crisscross their stems over so they lay in line with the first and third row of stems. Now do the same with these. 1, 2, 3, braid them together. And just keep repeating this. Add a big onion to the middle, braid. Add 2 onions to the side, braid, rinse, and repeat. But keep going until you have all the onions that you want in the braid. And when you get to the end of the braid and you have some leftover stalks, just keep braiding them till you come to the end, and then you can either tie them securely with another bit of rope, or you can loop the stems over and tie them to make a loop that you can hang the onion string by. And there you have it, guys. It does shed a little bit when you hang it in the kitchen, but I think that's a small price to pay. Now, if you have a lot of these, keep the majority of them down in a cool, dark location to help them last longer. But I do like to bring up one at a time and hang them in my kitchen just so I can easily access them, and it looks really cool. I hope you enjoy braiding your onions. It's really fun. It's an old-fashioned skill that you can add to your collection, and I'd love to see a picture of your braid, so send it to me over on the Prairie Homestead Facebook page. Thanks for watching, guys.